What's good, YouTube? It's jazzlovesmma here, and I'm going to be doing my instant recap for UFC 330 Makhachev versus Garry. Let's get into it. Start with the main event: Islam Makhachev versus Machado Garry. Do I think this was a robbery? Kind of. 49-46 is crazy to me. Maybe I'm tweaking, but I thought it was 2-2 going to the fifth. I picked Islam. I thought he would win maybe by sub or decision. I had on verdict I did by sub, but I just thought that Islam would look better. I knew this was gonna be a tricky fight for him, but in rounds one, holding him against the fence, got on the single leg. It's early. It's round one. Garry just kind of felt complacent, just staying there, not letting himself get taken down. He showed his beautiful balance the entire night and his great takedown defense. And he's looking good. I'm not really doing anything in the first. I think he landed maybe a couple inside low kicks. Let's look at the stat numbers because I haven't looked at them. I don't even think they showed them on screen during the fight. If you would like to open. Is it opening? Okay. Well, let me see. Does it have these numbers? I think it does. What's going on here? What's with the dude? The UFC website's so awful. What is going on here? There we go. Well, we can go into the first. These were a bunch of knees to the thigh. I thought he could have. There was like a gap for Ian Garry's body where I think he really should have gone to. He landed a good knee to the face. I mean, technically he did take him down, but Garry got back up, worked his way to the fence. Garry really didn't do anything that round. Round two, it kind of felt like it was going to start being Garry's round. I think Garry landed maybe a body kick. Ason was landing some good inside low kicks, but one of them got checked. Garry wasn't really landing the stomp he was looking for. It was kind of like, because he was looking for the inside, but Islam would like slide out of it. And then they clash together. I think as Islam's coming in, Garry looks for the clinch. He's ripping some decent shots, but Islam starts looking for good knees. Then as they disengage, I think Islam throws the jab and then the high kick behind it. Garry's just really exiting the pocket, his hands down, gets clipped, dropped, gets taken down for like a beautiful toss, gets ground and pounded. Great round from Islam. 24-7, 11-6, gets the knockdown and the takedown. Looked good. I was like, dude, Islam's about to dominate from here. He's gonna piece him up. What is going on with my camera? Hello? Okay, I think I'm back. I'm gonna probably have to edit that out. I don't know. I might just leave it in. I'm too tired to go waiting for CapCut to edit this. But yeah, it was a great round from Islam. Clear 2-0. Round 3, I don't know what rounds people are giving Islam, but I thought round 3 was kind of clear for Garry. Garry landed some good body kicks. Islam wasn't really finding any shots. I think maybe he was starting landing some left hands, a good left hand to the body. But Garry was landing the body kicks. He lands a big head kick this round as well. He lands a stiff jab, I think. He gets taken down, but then he works his way back up to the fence. I don't even remember the takedown in this round, but maybe I think it was probably near the end of the round and he gets held up there. But Islam won this round. Round 4. I'm making sure my fucking face cam is working. Round 4. Look at the strike numbers here. 41-7, 7-3. I think it started off with Garry landing some good body kicks, and then another stiff jab. Islam not really, kind of just whiffing on air, and then he goes for a takedown. He gets Garry down, but then he works his way back up to the fence. They're staying there. Garry's landing some good elbows to the body. He's swelling the face of Islam with the little pitter-patter punches that he was landing. So before you're like, oh, he's just landing pitter-patter strikes, Islam left that round swollen up all over his face and stuff. Lips swollen. He was busted up. The nose was swollen, but not from this round. and he was busting him up with these like little short strikes that he was landing. He gets a slam, but Gary gets right back up and he immediately works his way to the fence. He immediately lands some shots. He's landing at the end of the round. He's landing beautiful elbows and body shots. He clearly won this round as well. I don't care that Islam just held him. He didn't get control time. Holding his defense is a control time. Getting 2 takedowns with probably 20 seconds of control time isn't enough to win you a round. Gary did all the damage and he left Islam swelling of the face. He was clearly 2-2 going into this round, to the 5th. And if I'm being honest, I gave this round to Ian Gary. He landed a good body kick early. He might have landed another one. He was looking for some head kicks that they were getting blocked by Islam. I don't even think Islam landed anything on the feet. He was looking for the inside low kick, but he would kind of retract the leg when Gary would look to check it. Islam gets a takedown. He gets it. Then he eventually gets the back. I don't know if he landed shot for 2 takedowns here. He did. He got both. I think Ian Gary worked his way back up against the fence. Ian Gary landing some little tiny shots. Islam gets the takedown again, and he's on the back. And that kind of felt like it secured him the round. But Gary's still there punching him in the face. He landed all the significant strikes. Islam didn't have a single sub attempt. Just a little bit of control time. Or not a little bit, but controlled him. But just 0 damage. Islam getting worked with ground and pound. Then near the end of the round, like the last 40 seconds, Islam starts looking for some good vicious ground and pound. And I just felt like Gary won. I don't mind Islam winning. I don't really care. But I don't agree with 4-1 Islam. I just think that's a pretty bad scorecard, but whatever. Islam wins. I think you have to do Islam versus Prates if they don't want Islam back before the end of the year or something like that. Islam's going to sit out until 2027. Maybe you just do Prates versus Morales as a title eliminator. Then you have Bonfim versus Brady there. You have Amasov maybe versus JDM. I'm making a video about that tomorrow, by the way. I'm making a video about that. I will be making a I didn't mean to pick my nose there. I meant to scratch the outside of it. I will be making a video on my reaction to all the announcements. Maybe I'll make it right after this video, like I have done before. But I'm going to be making a video about that. And yeah. So make sure to tune in tomorrow. I am making that video. But yeah, there's contenders for Islam. I don't know if he said any call-outs. They had Prates versus Morales there. I don't know why they didn't just do the fight on the co-main or as the featured fight. We'll get into the co-main. Yeah. But mid performances from both. Pretty shit fight, if I'm being honest. Mackenzie Dern versus Julian Robertson. Dern just too strong. I'm not gonna break this fight down. Dern looking for the first 2 rounds, dominating the grappling, looking for sub attempts, landing some good shots on the feet. Round 3 is a little bit closer, but they're just landing a little bit better overall. I think she maybe gets a takedown near the end of the round as well. Round 4, I think Jillian gets dominated again. I don't know. Then round 5, Jillian gets a takedown finally. Gets her first and only takedown. And yeah, Dern was just too strong. She was just shucking off the takedowns from Jillian, reversing positions. On the feet, she just lands a little bit harder. She just presses a little bit more. She's just a little bit stronger overall. So Mackenzie Dern got it done. Got that pick right. This fight didn't feel like a title fight to me. It just kind of felt like another women's fight, and literally all the rounds went by super fast. And this was just kind of like a filler fight for no reason. Turner versus Cowie Fernandez. Turner just slimes him out. Cowie looks for like a spinning back fist, and then Turner catches him, puts him down. Good for Turner. One of my mutuals, Leland, said Turner versus Tom Nolan. That's a sick fight. I would love to see that. Maybe you give Turner someone just outside the rankings. Maybe you give him to Tafik Masaev, and winner of that gets a ranking spot or a winner of the rankings. So yeah, I think that'd be really good for Turner, something like that. Because he's on a 2-fight win streak. Who was he beat? He beat Edson, then Cowie. Yeah, I think he needs one more. I don't think you can give him a ranked fight, but him versus Tom Nolan is a sick fight. Lanky tall man of the division. Mansour Abdul Malik versus Dustin Stoltzfus, bro. Mansour Abdul Malik is fucking dog shit, dude. One of the worst prospects of the UFC, and got so hyped up for nothing. He is just so bad. He looks like he should be good. He's athletic. He's strong. He has decent power in the hands. But man, he cannot fight, dude. Stoltzfus he would engage in the clinch and then he would land equally as hard as Malik. And I don't think Malik is kind of built for that, being hit equally as hard. Minus 700, especially after beating Belgarui. He gets taken down in the end of the first. Gets ground and pounded badly. He's rocking Stoltzfus, but Stoltzfus has a decent chin and he just survives, and then he keeps moving forward. And he's just looking for clinch exchanges with Mansour Abdul Malik. Malik lands a head kick. The toe in scrapes the eye of Stoltzfus. Stoltzfus is actually going to get eye poked. Instead of pouncing on him, he just kind of like wades forward, no strikes, and he just kind of lets Stoltzfus recover. Malik is interesting. Stoltzfus ends up getting the sub in round 2. Good takedowns, good slams. Just kind of the outdogging Malik, and he did that and got the sub. I already forgot what sub it was. I think it was a rear naked. Yeah, he got the rear naked near the end of round 2. I felt like he was about to lose that round, but then he drops Malik, hurting with knees in the clinch. Then he drops him with like a right hand, and maybe not drops him, but like sends him, hurts him, and gets sent down to a knee. Yeah, good stuff from Stoltzfus though. He's pretty cool. Edson Barboza versus Edson Barboza. I was missing this fight a little bit, but just a sad watch. Good for Edson to retire. This is worse than the Darren Elkins fight, if I'm being honest, as a retirement. Just a shame. Just a pretty shameful matchmaking. But Edson was just saying so much. Immediately in the first round, the left hooks of Ribovics were looking good. He was going leg kick for leg kick with Edson. Right hands around the guard for Ribovics were landing well. He literally nearly kills him at the end of the first. Bally puts him down. He's landing ground and pound. It goes on to the second. He's a massive gash on his shin. I don't know why this. What was the ref? I don't think it was Herb. I don't think it was Herb, but I think it was Herb Dean. What was Herb Dean doing? Or what was the ref? I'm not going to just put on Herb Dean. What was the ref doing just allowing this fight to make it to the second round? What is Edson Barboza's team doing just letting him take the extra damage he didn't need? He didn't need this extra damage that he got in second, where he's literally hobbling around the cage. And he's like, it's just sad to watch, and I don't know why they would do that. I don't know why they would just allow Edson to go out like that. But at least he's retired. He retires happily. He had a smile on his face. I think he knew when coming to this fight it was going to be the end. So good for Edson. Ribovics, bit too much of a brawler. He can get real sloppy. He was looking for big overhands. He probably really wanted to finish here. So that's what kind of caused him to look a little bit worse, especially coming off the loss of Gamrot. But I think he could be a little bit better if he cleaned up his work, but at heart, he's a brawler. The head movement's an issue. He's getting caught by the right hands and the jabs of Edson. I did 1, 2, so 1 and 2, 3, 4. I went 3 and 2 on the main card. Not that bad. Chichi Njokuani versus Joe Alvarez. I switched my pick to Njokuani. I went for it. And boom, he did it. First round on the back foot. Joe looking for the right hands. But boom. Njokuani just chewing up the inside leg with the body kick, with the jab. I said it in my video. Joe Alvarez is going to be a mess with the jab. Not going to be like a bloody mess, but he's going to be messed up with the jab of someone who's taller and longer than him. And boom. He was getting jabbed by Njokuani. The right hand from Njokuani landed good. One landed kind of the shoulder. But Njokuani clearly won the first. Joe kind of just didn't do anything. He was landing hard low kicks. He was landing good right hands. But Njokuani would keep a good tight guard. He would sit with him well, and he just ate all the shots of Alvarez, and Alvarez couldn't bully him with his size. Round 2, going a little bit tit for tat. Let me just see if I can get some strike numbers. Yeah, look at these numbers, man. Njokuani does so well, just snapping in the inside, looking for a jab, to bang, finding a body kick. Outside low kick, bang. Left side kick, jab. Just looks so good. Round two, pretty much the same. He's really bugging Alvarez with the inside low kick. The jabs are landing. He's looking for the jabs to the body. Alvarez looking for shots in the combination. Like he's looking for the uppercut, right hand uppercut. That was landing well, but Ninja Kwani was just there and just landing more. The inside low kicks, the body kicks, the high kicks. Alvarez just hasn't dealt with somebody this tall and this long, and so in like this, I'm not gonna say crafty, but this tricky of a matchup, Alvarez finally faced someone who's taller and lankier than him, and he couldn't keep the tall man defense. He was looking for his left hook. Just a man with finally met somebody who had a longer reach than him, with his decently sized arms. Wasn't working. Chidi was doing well, grabbing the fighting the hands, then looking for the jab, and that was really bugging Joel. He would fight the hands and back with the longer reach. And then round two, he was kind of bugging out. He was kind of spazzing out. He looked for a trip at some point, but he would just clash with knees, and they were looking bad. But Chi was looking old. But he clearly won the second. Then in the third, he was a bit of his worst round. They can't clinch at the beginning, but he's still going out there. Inside low kicks, knees in the clinch, landing good front kicks. The front kicks, I forgot about that. The front kicks to the body were digging Joel, and Joel just kind of looked like he was slowing down, and he couldn't really keep up with the pace. He was landing decent, and he was landing more every round, but not more than Chitty, but he was landing more as the rounds went by. But it just felt like he wasn't really in there, and I felt like when it was short notice for him, so it does suck. But man, I'm glad I didn't just trust the propaganda of Joel Alvarez being good. I knew I could trust Chitty with the jab. The right hand was landing beautifully. Chitty's defense is good. Shelling up. He could eat all the shots from Joel Alvarez. I knew he would. And Joel just didn't even try to grapple. And yeah. Chitty also was like in the top 5 of takedown defense, which is insane. Moving on to Charles Johnson versus Eduardo Chapelin. Interesting fight. Round 1, Chapelin's looking decent. Dude, Johnson, you're fucking shit, man. I don't want to be disrespectful to fighters, but Charles Johnson fights so shit, man. I feel like I've seen good performances from Charles Johnson, but almost like he fights like he has genuine jitterbug striking, where he's just like his legs are moving. He's like slipping and sliding all over the place. It's just so ugly to see. He's slipping and sliding. He gets caught good by Aurora Chapelin. Then he gets eye poked. And then Herzog's like, no, it's a strike. And even the commentary saying, I listened to commentary for this card for the first time in a bit. Even Herzog's like, nope. And Johnson just has to deal with his eye being fucking poked. And Eduardo Chapelin marching forward with his boxing combinations and the hooks around the guard of Johnson. I did say the hooks do give Johnson a bit of an issue. Johnson was shooting fast, like really shit takedowns. They're fast, but they're just so bad. His grappling really isn't that good. We'll get into grappling soon. And yeah, he just didn't look good, in my opinion. Then he gets knee to the face when he's grounded. That's what gets a point taken. And yeah, he kind of just loses the rest of the round. Round 3, it feels like he's trying to pick it up. He kind of just mainly landed like little happy leg kicks in the first as well. He gets fucking boomed by a big, I think it was like left hook as he's exiting the pocket. Boomed. I don't know how he didn't just fucking go cold, and he refused to make the choice, I guess. And he looked okay. Got up. He's just on shaky legs, and he's like already shaky, spastic self. Didn't make it look better because he's fucking skating all over the place. He's getting rocked all over the place. He survives. Chapelin just fucking lets him survive and get off the hook. I think he got taken. I think Chapelin got taken down at the end of the first. And I was like, not a Johnson round, but it's a draw round because of Chapelin. Getting the point deducted. Then round 2, Johnson survives. He's getting rocked by like a lot of the hooks of Chapelin and stuff and the uppercuts. But then it looks like Chapelin's starting to slow down. Johnson's starting to pour it on. He's looking for the jab. They're going jab for jab. But then Johnson doubles up on it. Looking for the low kicks. Looking for the shots over the top. Looking for the body shots, the front kicks and stuff. It looked like he started wearing on Chapelin. Backed him up to the fence at some point. maybe stung him with a big right hand, and then near the end of the round, he stung him as well with a big combination. Still lost the round, but he was able to get it back for himself from losing at 10-8. Then round 3, just starts pouring it on Chapolin badly. Pours it on with big combinations. The jab, the inside low kick, the outside low kick, him just switching stance. And he just fights so weird. And he even when I was even watching the fight, I was like, dude, what is he doing? He's just like, I'm like, dude, what the fuck is Johnson doing? He's just gonna let himself get chinned. He eventually gets I think it's called a uh, Scottish Twister or something like that. I think that's what's his name, that the super cool prospect from the White Contender Series that finally fought. He's in featherweight. He fought in the Apex. I think he got one as well. And yeah, looked decent. Got the sub. Great stuff from Johnson. Not the best performance, but he also did get cheated pretty badly in the first round. So sucks for Chapolin. I really don't know if they'll keep him after this fight, but they might just keep him for one more and probably just feed him to a monster or something. Johnson, I do think that Ochoa would have really badly chinned Johnson, though. I think Johnson would have really been gone done dirty. I don't know, he's calling for high ranked opponents like Horiguchi or Royval. You're not even ranked, and you barely scrape by a debutant. So, and not even like a really good hyped up debutant. Moving on to Dante Johnson versus McConaughey. Dante Johnson came out like a bat in hell. Swarmed him, was landing good boxing combinations. Eric McConaughey was landing back. He was stinging Johnson, but Johnson was just hell-bent on landing these big shots in the pocket. The next day down circling. He eventually finds a big left hand, just booms him out cold. I didn't expect that to really happen. I thought it'd be like around 2 or something, but nasty performance from Dante Johnson. This is the best performance. It wasn't the best opponent, but like nobody's really done that to McConaughey. Rizabouyev, it took him 2 rounds. Susurkayev, it took him 3. Johnson just went out there and bombed him, man. So, good stuff from Eric McConaughey. Vicente Luque versus Gore. Round 1, I think you could have given this fight to Luque, but round 1, Luque's looking good. He's landing good hooks. He's looking to jab pretty well. When Gore starts landing his as well. Luque's landing good kicks. He has good leg kick defense of just retracting the leg out of the way. I think he gets rocked at some point by like a big right hand. And then at the end of the round, he lands some big hooks and almost stumbles and rocks Gore pretty much as well. So it was a pretty competitive round. I'll even look at the numbers for this one. The first was pretty competitive. That honestly you could give to Luque. And then the second, dude, Luque comes out, bomb, starts looking, gets the respect of Gore early, starts landing hooks, hurts Gore, puts him down, or like gets him down, and then Gore starts looking for a takedown. Luque looks for the darts. I'm like, my pick is here. He finally got it. Doesn't get it. He reverses or he repositions the grip. Gore gets out. He starts laying massive ground and pound on top. I think he gets a head and arm choke. Doesn't get it. I don't know how Luque fought out of it, but Gore just slamming ground and pound as well. It was rough to watch. Yeah, gets badly beat up. Then round 3, Luque's like trying to fight back, but he gets stung early by the big right hand. Gore just finding the good timing on the jab and stuff. And Luque just a little too behind, a little too hurt. He starts landing good hooks to the body, which I was calling the entire fight. I really wanted him to bring the hook down to the body because it was there for him, but he was finding it well in the third. But he clearly slowed down as well. He really burned himself out with that dart stroke. And Gore was just able to win with the jabs and his own occasional right hand that would sting Luque. They both would lay hooks on the guard, but yeah. I'm good one from Gore. He's tough as nails. To survive the sub attempt, to survive the big shots from Luque. Got his teeth, 2 bottom teeth taken out in that fight. Literally were on the canvas, so good shit for Gore. I think this should be fight of the night. If I'm giving out performances, they'll probably just give one to Ribovics for no reason. They'll probably give one to Johnson. I think they'll give one to 2 to the Johnsons and then give fight of the night to Luque and Gore. Rafael Tobias versus Lucas Fernando. I'm not going to talk about this one too much, but the boxing of Lucas Fernando, it was just simple. That Lucas Fernando was dominating Tobias. The 1-2. Left hook to the body. I hated the wheel kick. He was looking for the wheel kick a little too much, but when you kept the boxing crispy and the low kicks just tearing up Rafael Tobias, the intercepted knee whenever Tobias would come in. The 1-2, he drops Tobias with a jab early. And I was like, he's gonna kill my decision pick. He stayed calm. He made sure to feint he was twitching the lead hand everywhere and making sure that Tobias had to respect anything Lucas was gonna do. Just ripped him to the body. I love the hooks. The 1-2s were just nasty as fuck. Just the nastiest part of the game. And then ripped him to the body in the third. Knee, bang. Makes Tobias go down. Gets the finish. He's sick. He's a good prospect. He's lightning fast. He's like a light heavyweight Pico almost. I don't think he's a one-on-one comparison, but he is like the combinations he's landing on fucking nasty. Rips the good hooks to the body. I think he's honestly one of the best prospects in light heavyweight. I think light heavyweight is finally getting good prospects side of Lucas Fernando, Yakyaev, Igor Baranowski. Navajo's maybe not a prospect anymore, but he was in that territory as well. Just like a couple weeks ago at this point. But yeah. Lucas Fernando's fucking hype. I'm on the train 100%. And I think he was supposed to be booked against Dustin Jacoby, and with how fast he looked tonight, I think he would have really chinned Jacoby as well as side off. But moving on to Magny versus Brahimaj. Brahimaj kind of dominates early in the grappling and the wrestling. Magny just having no success. He's looking for the Komorov bottom, looking for like a knee. Doesn't really get it. Brahimaj just framing with the elbow. He was doing good. It looked like Brahimaj was about to win. He was starting with low kicks early. Magny kind of just punching through, lead hooks, right hands. But he survives to the second round. And Magny's just too fucking crafty. He's just too much of a vet, and he's too much of a cockroach max. If you don't finish this dude in the first round, your chances of winning drop by 100. Or drop by like 25%, 50%. Magny starts reversing the takedowns. He gets reversed himself, but then he starts getting up, and his ground and pound is fucking nasty. Underrated ground and pound. It stings. It hurts lots of people. It hurt Zaleski dos Santos. He was able to finish Mike Mallet with it. Against the fence, he hits Brahimaj. It looks like it really hurts him. Hits him again. Puts Brahimaj down on knee. He starts taking off. He gets a great performance bonus. Or he doesn't get the performance bonus, but he puts on a great performance. Great win. There's honestly so many fights you could give performance bonuses. Maybe you give one Magny for the comeback, but I think realistically you might have to give one to Lucas Fernando. Maybe Charles Johnson, and then you give 5 of the night to LOWKEY and Gore. If not, then you give one to Dante Johnson, and then you give one to the man himself, Jeremiah Wells. He was landing heavy early, but Orbite just eventually got the takedown. Wells is really explosive. He fucking fought out of it. All the sub attempts, all the takedowns. He's just so explosive, super strong, had good wrestling in this fight. He eventually he's landing decent on the feet with Orbite. Just landing a little bit harder. I should have known this was like the Rebecca fight, almost. But like if Rebecca was like a little bit more easily grappleable. And yeah. And Wells stings Orbite in the third round after what looked like he could be down 2-0. And Orbite shoots a shit takedown and gets put in the front choke and gets fucking choked out cold. Insane. I'm not going to go in too much in depth in this fight. I am tired. I want to end this video quick, but insane. I think I went 1, 2, 2-2, 3-2, 4-2, 5-2. I went 5-2 in the prelims. 8-4 on the main card. Overall, 8-4. Great card. Main event and co-main really killed the momentum and hype. The card was shit. Obviously, you have the co-main of Jalen Turner versus Fernandez. When I was watching it live, I was like, oh shit, the feature fight Malik versus Stoltz is awful. But yeah. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the card. It was a fun card, fun to watch. I enjoyed it. I enjoy my slop. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave in the comments below. What did you guys think of the main event? Did you guys think it was robbery? Am I tweaking? Let me know. Follow me on Twitter, Jazzlovesmma, if you want to see more dumb takes. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow or in a little bit. Peace.